I'd like to begin my questions to Mr. D'Angelo. Thinking outside the box, and I know that you spoke about very many different options, but are there alternatives to the traditional Greyhound coach service, such as smaller, maybe chartered buses, for example, like ride sharing? Is there any room for new technologies available in that regard, in your opinion?
And thanks for the question. Indeed, there is. Many of our members are providing on-demand service, and so in areas where there's a rural area or a new suburb, our local transit systems have been quite creative at reaching sometimes outside their service area to provide links to jobs. So, for example, if a large industrial site is built, they work closely with transit systems and also contracted providers and on-demand services to ensure that employees are connected to their jobs, so they're able to work. And that's been one of the pillars of the economy reopening, and that's been continuing the connections of Canadians to work, but also for school and for other purposes. So it's been quite heartening to see the private sector step up and to see technology and solutions help to create efficiencies across the national transit network.
Thank you. And continuing with Mr. D'Angelo, some politicians have called for a publicly run national intercity bus network through the creation of a new Crown corporation or an expansion of the mandate of Via Rail to include public bus transportation. What are your thoughts on this? And is it realistic? How would it be viewed by provinces? Because there are very sensitivities around the jurisdictional piece, so we need to be very mindful of that. And do you have any ideas on how much this idea might cost?
Okay, well, I will think outside the box with you for a moment on the question. Thank you for it. We know that with funding, that innovation can occur, and so looking at different pilots to meet the needs of different regions. So, for example, the distances between towns in Atlantic Canada are a lot shorter. So we have examples like Kings County Transit that links several, maybe 10 or more communities in Nova Scotia. And so that's been, I think, a great service that they're providing. I mentioned the Niagara region earlier. I think it's important to connect folks, especially in farther served areas. So I'm thinking about Northern Ontario for a moment. There was a study that was completed in 2014, I think, by the Ontario government, looking at different options to provide bus service to supplement the service that Via Rail isn't capable of providing simply because of it needs additional fleet and additional support. And we think, looking at that, there's a lot of opportunities there. There are different rights of ways. So there's a lot of creative solutions, but I don't know if there's no one solution for a country the size of Canada when we're moving people in between cities within a few hundred, under 100 kilometers most of the time.